Hi there, my name is Nigel Willman from Honiton Physiotherapy Clinic. If you can't get to somebody like me, but you have tension or pain, stiffness in muscles that just won't release, a fantastic way of doing that is using these spiky balls. Just a simple hard plastic ball with little spikes on, and we have two of them. They tend to need to come in twos so that we can have good symmetry between the stresses and loads that we're putting on them. Now, what do spiky balls do? Well, your body interprets pain and stiffness in muscles through sensation. And what these can do is they can provide an alternate sensation onto the skin and onto the muscles below, which can change the sensory information, change the neural response in a muscle. So actually simply using them to rub over an area very lightly can in itself help to reduce tension. We can go a stage further as well by using the hardness of them to press into tightness, which help to release things like muscle trigger points, which are areas of tight tissue in the muscle. So we can really use them in specific areas which are prone to tightness to help to release them. Do that in combination with stretches and exercises, and you might find that that is a real relieving thing to do. Now, using spiky balls can be a little bit uncomfortable. It's not really the spikes themselves which is the problem. It's just pressing onto tense areas, tight areas can be uncomfortable. But if you've ever been to a physiotherapist, you'll know that actually it can be pain with gain. Afterwards, you can feel a lot better and a lot looser, and you certainly should when using these. A mild amount of discomfort, certainly not severe pain, is perfectly acceptable with these. And what you should find is that we hold these for 30 seconds with the ball pressures. And if you find over the 30 seconds that it's a gradual dissipation of the amount of discomfort you're in, then we're doing the right level of pressure. Safety is obviously paramount, and I have to say a disclaimer here that you use these at your own risk. The videos that include the different areas of the body that we use these in are for information purposes only. Obviously, low back pain is a very, very common thing, and with acute low back pain, we wouldn't necessarily be using these, but with some discomfort and tension in those muscles, then these are really useful, again, to help provide an extra release along with your exercises for the lower back and pelvic area, particularly around the hips as well. We're going to run through some exercises now which work those areas and help to release them and make you feel a bit better. What we need to do is sit on the floor comfortably and place the spiky balls in the base of the back and bend the knees. Just find a position which is comfortable. You'll feel a little bit of pressure into the lower back, but just bridge up to take some of the pressure off, and then we can do some little pelvic tilts for 30 seconds and then rise up onto the elbows and move up and down, which rolls the spiky balls along the joints, along the muscles. Do it for 30 seconds, and after you've finished, you can put the ball into the side of the glute, and it's a great release. This can be a bit uncomfortable often, but it often feels a lot looser afterwards. 30 seconds, and you can just roll it around into different positions. And we also need to do the front of the hip by turning onto your front, onto a hard surface, placing the spiky ball just on the crease of the front of the leg, and just roll up and down for 30 seconds. And if you find that lying on the floor is a little bit too uncomfortable, you can use the wall with the two balls in the base of the back and simply do some little squats, pressing against the balls, just roll them up and down there and releasing some of the tension in the muscles. And we can also do the same thing, releasing the gluteal muscles on the side of the hip by pressing against the wall. This is a little bit less uncomfortable than the lying on the floor exercise. So I hope those are really useful exercises for you, that you can use these little spiky balls to help reduce some of the tension and help those exercises and stretches to be a little bit more effective. It should leave you feeling looser and freer, and you shouldn't really have any residual soreness afterwards after doing it. So if you have some residual soreness, perhaps don't do it for a day or two. The maximum I would recommend that you use these for is maybe 3 times a day, but probably once or twice a day is sufficient to make it a very, very effective way of releasing the tension for yourself. And if you have any questions or concerns about using these, please feel free to email me at enquiries@honitonphysiotherapy.com. That's an email address which is also available on the website www.honitonphysiotherapy.com.